I just cannot be alone here. The energy with me falls with me. I just cannot trust it. I can't stand it for a second to be alone. I just have to keep talking here. Whatever comes in my mind for survival, I can't breathe properly without this. So, what am I sharing here? Where's my live stream? And I want to share on. Oh, why would this thumbnail come? Okay, this is the one. So, I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I may have got it wrong. Um, about Sarah, Heather, and all. I also one day wanted to. What had happened recently? A Muslim had done. I went outside, or so I wanted to. Oh yeah, these Pakistanis coming and all this. Please don't think. So something happened recently, even in the Western world. Maybe some Muslim did something, and watching what the Britishers girls went through by the Pakistanis and what they have to go through. So I wanted to look. I don't look down upon. I never did. I kept my. I wouldn't comment to my friend. There was one friend who was a family became a family member, unfortunately, but Kachra friends. They were jealous of this, that, of mine, and all this, complaining and all this all the time, rumors. Even on my birthday, 15th birthday. So the father is also like from my father's community and from United Arab Emirates, and so his father, they know the sheikhs and all that. But my grandfather, great grandfather, would not make friends with, like he just wouldn't, he just stayed away and low profile and all this. Simple man, right? Uh, I'm not against cleavages and all this, but I don't know what happened to me in my this madness. I was saying things, but recently I wanted to wear a dress that had a short dress which had and Pakistanis. See, I jump. Can't even complete my sentence. I'm being bombarded mentally. I can't stand these kind of people, Pakistanis, who don't who don't respect women. I went out with so hot the jalabia that I wear it on my t-shirt or something trousers, and this man came up and said hello, and he's an Asian man, right? So I said, what is this? It's very difficult for me to go out. And all this, right? I hope some people understand. So very rarely do I go out. I'm able to go out. So, we need, like, so I thought it's better, because I'm covered. There are Filipinos and expats, Indians and women, Pakistani also, tights, and I've seen some when in some other area in Dubai. I'm wearing double clothes. Pakistani man coming and saying hello, like this. So I felt like some sheikh had, or someone was doing this to me, setting up this. And then, we don't go flattering the sheikhs and all this. I wouldn't. But there are some people who would. Respect is on one side, flattery on the other side. So I don't do that. My mother didn't teach me. Yes, but I became very weak and all that. So, excuse me. So whatever the woman does is her own business. You are not a owner of me. My father even wouldn't do what you are doing here. A back, through the back door, yes, but not in front of me. Women have the freedom to wear what they like. I'm not against cleavages. I don't look down on it anymore. And neither did I when my friend was wearing it in front of me. I wouldn't say anything. It's her parents' thing, her mother, Irani mother with an Emirati father. Right? It's not for me to tell her. Every time we met, we went out, we were together. A very kachra friend. She showed her true colors to me on my birthday in 1983. And her family, her sisters are in my father's family. So I became so mad that, saying they were they were the breasts, this, that, because I was attacked. I didn't know who it was and what. They may have, Karachi American School case, they might have taken help from the Arab sheikhs because once I told them, yes, because Mutar had told me, not my mother, not my father, we don't talk about the community, what they're doing or what not. I was only told by my aunt, my mother's sister, who found out about the father. Because they went out like a jungly fish market people. This Irani, Shirazi, no, sorry, Tehran, from Tehran. Very child, like that, screaming, and your mother is insane, and your father has this in Singapore. तुम्हारे बाप ने तो दूसरी शादी. What have I done to them on my birthday? So I just went and said, what's happening? Because Masuma told me, our mutual friend, that they're not allowing the singers to sing, that they have brought Masuma and all our group. Shahnaz and Faryal, Muhammad Jawad's daughters. Right? Now, the father knew. So after that, we had quite a thing, and then from Karachi American School, I left. The mother went to Masuma, our mutual friend. Her name is also Masuma. To tell her that she will do jadoo on me now as if I cared. I believed in God so much that I didn't care about jadoo or anything. Black magic. She's trying to find a jadugar to do black magic on me. What have I done to her daughters? I didn't do anything to her daughters. So I said, forget it. But what happened was a great tragedy in my. I left my school. I was doing all the wrong things. Like I was restless. I went to Mr. Saw. I said, I'm scared. Like I had this intuition that something wrong will happen. I said, shall I leave Karachi American School? And in this disturbance, I was feeling all of a sudden, but I never, I told anyone that, oh, I believe that this Masuma, Muhammad Jawad's ex-wife, has done black magic on me. No. I would not even give it a second thought. I thought what the problem with me and my teacher, that we had different personalities. She tried hard for 6 years when we were together, maybe to mold me, discipline me the way she wanted me to be. And I couldn't be like that. We had different personalities. And so I came from a different background. She came from a Christian background, although living in Karachi and a Pakistani. So these problems, I would be looking at that and concentrating where I can improve myself and then perhaps make her come back. This is what I was working on and thinking about, not about someone's done black magic. And that time I was very strong in faith that there's a Quran ayat which says that whoever does bad, evil, the evil of that goes back to them. It doesn't come to a person who's innocent, who hasn't even harmed them or anything. I think I was a good friend. I wasn't insincere or jealous or like that. So they had looks. I had money, my father's money. We used to go to London. I used to shop. My father would encourage me. So I started to shop like Lady Diana or someone, or the Queen of England. Because it was my father who put me on the habit of wearing good clothes by, this and that from Harrods. When we went to Harrods and I wanted to buy a shorts, he like hit me. I was very small. We were living, I think, in London. Or no, we had gone for a vacation. Now this was the first year. We had left London. We had gone back to London for vacation. So, that time or somewhere. Anyways, he wouldn't let me wear boys' clothes. Thought I would become a transvestite. Wear dresses and this. He would encourage me. So that's how he had this gold card, American Express gold card. On that, he would make me. And we had a Karachi American school. We didn't have a uniform, so I had to buy shorts and T-shirts and dresses and this and that for the whole year for my school also. Okay, so this and recently, so it's not Sarah had this, but I feel like someone's been watching me and has been harassing me, and these Pakistanis coming here harassing me. Who can do this? So I wear very covered. I'm very covered. Just not a hijab or a head scarf. Sometimes a hat, but I'm covered. And yet this Pakistani Asian man came towards me and hello, and maybe an Indian. So I got really angry at that. And about honesty and trust, you see, I've seen in life that covert narcissists and all these people who are very ambitious, although jealous of others, they want to go forward. My mother was not like this. Like, don't create an obstacle. It's haram in our religion also to create obstacles in the way of other to get, jealousy is haram. And because of this or competition, you want to put the other person back. Trample on them and go ahead. And you don't want them to go forward. This I've seen in rich countries also, right? Mostly. And so I prefer to be in Karachi, Pakistan with my mother. We wanted to live a simple life, but there also Pakistanis and an Indian, Anand Kiran, my case on about the online, who is this? Who got Anand Kiran. So you know what? I went so mad. I don't know, what shall I do? I started to go hitting on, because I once suspected many times my aunt's son. Now he's gone to America now he's no more. So I was like left, right. I couldn't think. I got social media, I got Facebook, and I was just posting I couldn't think straight. Whoever it is, what's going on? Air Blue, who did it? Was it Daulat's son, late son, David? He changed his name when he went. There was a Twin Tower thing. So I was saying to Mutar, is he a terrorist? And then Mutar was telling me no. And I started to abuse and all this, which I never did before in this. So what can I do? This is the way I brought my case out, and there were people like, if they would be uh, objecting to this, I didn't care because all I knew was that this, I would, if I didn't come online, a lot of pain, a lot of voices. I had to bring it out on social media, first on Facebook. Whatever was coming to me, I didn't care. I went on the principal's son's, you know, page. They had started to say things against the singer, female singer also. Everything came out like, but in a really terrible way. It was coming out. I couldn't control myself, and if I didn't, I would be in more pain than the way I just had to bring it out. But the pain, but I was trying everything. And then all that past, where some people have been jealous of me, even the singer, she couldn't see me because then I was told that she liked. All that was coming out, like everything was coming out. Then I got on her breast, sagging, that poor Candy Pereira and Ziad Gulzar and Ali Tim. Oh, but the principal's son wouldn't say a thing to me on his page. What they did was, because, I could go on and waste my time like this and get into trouble. Someone might complain. So what they did a good thing by this thing, right? Blocking me. So this madness had come. So I think I'm wrong. No, I don't. It's like I get confused. Negative. I think positively, I don't think Sarah had there is anything to do with this. Just a coincidence. I also wanted to come with the dress, short dress. Something happened. The Muslims, the terrorism, or something had happened somewhere, and I got up and I wore a dress. And I said, I'm going to take a picture of myself. But the force wasn't allowing me with the cleavage showing, low neck. And I'm going to post it on Facebook in protest against the Muslims, terrorism and all this. Oh yes, and rape and grooming of Pakistan, and a lot of hypocrisy, accumulated from Pakistan. So in the madness, it hits you even like triple, I don't know how many times more. And I couldn't stop but talk about whatever came in my mind, the past, again and again and again. And now even like if I start to get funny, strange, psychotic, do you know this person? In Dubai, because I can't trust these people. They betrayed our friendship. Um in London, this person gave me a hard time. They won't allow anyone. They are just for themselves, very selfish people. So this in London, this person, newcomer in my father's family, she really got to me. She my ransacking my luggage, new clothes, my school's whole year dresses. We had to go to a wedding, Towel family or something in London. So my father bought me, was it? I don't know. For that, a dress, two dresses from a white and a black one, very beautiful, from Selfridges. So this person got very jealous, like her sister, for her sister. She started to ransack my luggage. No trust, you know. She wouldn't stand us for the vacation we went. It was actually, we chose this house. My father chose it for us, right? And then she came, and she even, I think what she did is, I suspected her in London. My mother used to bring her psychiatric medications in stock and know how much to bring. But I think what she did was, she came in my mother's room and she tried to, steal her tablets from the bottle and maybe, just throw them away or drain them or something like that. Because she came and ransacked my luggage. So I suspected her. Then my mother's medication, psychiatric medication, was short now. So she was acting weird because she was having those withdrawal symptoms, very extreme. Thank God we reached Karachi before she could go completely lose her mind. So there's no trust with these people. Like they want money and all this, very money-minded. And their Filipino maid had told me, and I also found out, like I overheard her saying, throw this, that I had made a very, for me it was very, my grand aunt I learned from, very delicious. I still have not tasted a vegetable curry as delicious as my grand aunt used to make me and taught me. Throw this away and do the, and why do they keep these things in the fridge? Very wicked woman. So I suspected when these things, my mind went wild. I don't know, my mind, sometimes it's my aunt against this, against my aunt's son, late aunt's son. What is this? Air blue crash. And things happening here to me, I couldn't breathe. So don't expect something for me to behave myself. And medication not working. I went to Aga Khan later on, I had edema, many problems, side effects. They say no, 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 but I say no, 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 thank you. I'm not going to take these psychiatric medications. And I fought with the hospital management doctors here, and I said, no, I'm not going to take the medication. I'll manage without them. So I'm doing this, and I know the world is brutal. You only care about your own, many of you. So we're trying to bring the world together and be kind, even to strangers and all this, right? But we can't have it here with the Asian men thinking all wrong things. You see, the Sarah Heather, she can sit. You see, no copyrights infringement intended, like I showed you before on this, right? So we have this, where is it? She can sit with the foreigners with the cleavage and all this. Very good. You don't feel uncomfortable with foreigners. Whereas in Karachi, like the men staring and watching, you felt like you felt violated. Very lecherous looks, dirty looks. Some of these Pakistani men, very cheap. So of course, and even in Dubai, I've seen we cannot have, if I say, brother, thank you, very nice with my grocery delivery man and all this, or a Pakistani man, I cannot be like that the way I'm with because Westerners, the Europeans, have since long, I don't know how, but they built that trust. You see, they wouldn't touch me in London. You know, in a train tube station, sometimes it was overly crowded if you're going to Oxford Street. In a tube station, and the tubes in the tube, oh, no one dare even try to come and get standing. And no Britisher, nothing like this I ever could. Like, no, no, okay, they don't touch because the police you can call, but why are they coming so near me? And the breath is on. No, no, nothing like this ever. So I prefer London, but now they say the Pakistanis, Muslims spreading in England a lot. That's terrible. Like, I wouldn't go to Germany, and Moin Abbasi, a friend of mine from Holborn College, Pakistani, told me that, why don't you take this Euro train now we have? Like, don't go to Pakistan all the time for your vacation. Go to this Europe side. Go see France and these many, Euro uh, pounds, or what do you call them, money. You can see, you can go and travel to France, Germany. I was like, no, 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 because London is London for me. That's my home, my second home. I've been there since childhood. 3 years were enough to make me attached to London, and it feels so safe there with the Britishers and all. So at least औरत की इज्जत, लड़की की इज्जत लूट. No way do any of them make me feel comfortable or made me feel uncomfortable, very comfortable there. Okay, so this, and I'm dying. I don't know if anyone cares or not, but this is my survival. God. And I didn't want to go have private conversations with the psychiatrist. You see, I have this past. It hurt. I feel so much ghabrat. If I go to a psychiatrist, it reminds me of my days when I was separated from my teacher and I had to go for therapy. Not psychiatrist, because I wasn't given medicine. I didn't need a psychiatrist. It was just this obsession, I thought I was told, I had with my teacher. And when they separated me, I couldn't. So it reminds me of that, and I just feel sick. I don't want to spend my days going to psychiatrists. And my mother also told me never ever to take psychiatric medication. She's prayed for me at Hazrat Abbas's alam, her children, never to have psychiatric medications. And all this. So I also, it's very, if I take a psychiatric, maybe, times I took for suicide, it's terrible, bad, very mouth is, I feel like, and the side effect is terrible, doesn't, maybe my liver, something problem, maybe my way is such that I don't like it. And I've seen my mother, if, let's say, if we go, if you're dependent on psychiatrists, make sure you take your stock properly if you go abroad for vacations, right? If you can afford to go abroad for vacations. And so she didn't visit a doctor in London at that time, and her medicine was being finishing. She was not taking it anymore. A lot of her medicine. She should have brought medicine for 2.5 months. So in 1 month they finished something, and we didn't realize what was happening. So, dependency on these, then you have to go to the doctor if you want, let's see how much dosage, and this is terrible. And it dulls your mind. There are no medications. They say it's good. I take. Lady Gaga was saying she takes medicine for her depression. Although she says it's a taboo, and I said no comments. But from my side, I wouldn't allow myself to take medication, or I wouldn't approve of others taking this medication. That's all. I hope it doesn't come strong on you. What I'm trying to say doesn't come as a taboo. But I don't like it. So I hope I'm not coming too strong on people who are taking it and they're going on with their lives and it's working for them. Well and good, because I believed in God and prayer, healing, and then when they said no, you have to take, even Dr. Shia, my father meant, so he told my father that she has to go to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrists, they'll give medication because they saw symptoms of schizophrenia now. Although my therapist never told me that it's not madness, that you are not going mad, and you will never go mad, so don't worry about it. My therapist, long time ago in my teens, when they introduced Karachi American School, introduced me to their psychologist. Then later on I was shifted to another psychologist. She told me, it's not mad. Don't think you're going mad or you're mad, that's why you're coming here. And that you will go mad. I didn't have psychotic tendencies like, oh, Mr. Saz, I can hear her footsteps coming, and in that intensity also of wanting her back. So this thing comes back to me. I don't want to spend the rest of my life going to psychiatrists and being dependent on psychiatric medications. But some problem actually is our people. You see, why Lady Gaga has to take depression pills? It's not her fault, right? But someone raped her. So those of you coming here telling me that I'm mentally ill in a negative way, it's you brutal people, rapists. You haven't given that trust to people. You've betrayed that trust. You treat them like dirt. And to the Muslims, I would say, because your Prophet did the same thing to non-Muslims. No respect, nothing for non-Muslims, disbelievers and all this. And we're being nice to people are mentioned. Now please see, as we are pointing out, that it's, as Dr. David Wood also pointed out, that they used to say, the saving ones, that is the Jews, not in Islam. Saving a soul is like saving a soul is like saving a nation. Please see this, it doesn't come from your law, your Allah. It comes from the Jewish law, Quran ayat. But it's put in this Quran ayat like this. Reasoning the Quran, Surah Ma'idah 32, if I can find it. It was for the children of Israel, not for the Muslims, Bani Adam, or the Muslim. That is why we decreed for the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul without its being guilty of manslaughter or corruption on the earth is as though he had killed all mankind. And whoever saves a life is as though he has saved all mankind. ये तो शराफत की बात है, इंसानियत की बात है, जो बनी इसराइल को दिया था उनके यावे ने. You see? So how you have taken what God gave to Bani Israel and you're told you're otherwise in Surah Tawbah, kill the polytheists, kill the Ahle Kitab, fight with them until they are no more your neighbors even. And what you say because they're girding around, no. Please also see this. Don't put it for yourselves that you're great, Allah has said this. No, you're great, Allah has not said this. It's for the Bani Israel and he's plagiarized. He's stolen Prophet Muhammad. What? Nowadays some of your Sunni Muslims from Sipai Sahiba were saying killing a Shia is like getting 72 Huris, paradise. What? I didn't hear about the 72 Huris. I heard in this particular case, about a Sipai Sahiba killing Sadiq Hamshiri. I heard that he said that I would gain paradise, heaven, by killing a Shia. How many paradises would he want? So that's what I asked myself. And you people, you Muslims, stand by, and even your law and authority can't do much about them. You're extremists. No, this is your truth. This is your law. O Prophet, fight the disbelievers. And in this, some of you, for you Muslims, Shias come in. Surah Tawbah. O Prophet, fight against the disbelievers and the hypocrites, and be harsh upon them, and their refuge is hell, and wretched is the destination. Surah Tawbah 73. Now this is your law. Shias also have a look at this and correct yourselves. So this is the problem. I don't know who I'm with, who is watching me. So that Jewish Torah and the tablets, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, still we find out that if you kill one person without justice, not being on justice for a good cause, and your good cause can be Islam, but the Jews' good cause, they don't even say. I saw that the Jews don't allow anyone now to become Jews. Your good cause, on justice, could be killing a disbeliever. This is Islam. Reading in context? Or what? Quran only. What if the Quran only people take it like this? O Prophet, fight against the disbelievers, right? It says, who have what? And the hypocrites, you see. Then go to Surah Azab and see in the ayat 60, 61. My goodness, massacre the hypocrites. Here they're not disbelievers. Oh, you will put evil mongers, Shias, Shias, apostates. Who are the disbelievers? Please define. Allah had promised to believers, men and women, gardens. This is just out of the blues here. 73. Doesn't say they were fighting you. Now where does that verse stand here? Do not only fight those who fight you. Huh? O Prophet, fight against the disbelievers. Are they fighting you? If you want to read in context and make the lie of this, show it, it's very good, you know that. These disbelievers mean only those who are fighting the Prophet. It doesn't say it like this. No, it does. 74 verses coming. Oh yes. They swear by Allah that they did not say anything against the Prophet while they had said the word of disbelief and disbelieved after the pretense of Islam. You could take upon us, you know, like Shia. If a Shia comes like Sarah Heather and says, I'm an ex-Muslim, what would a Muslim say to her, non-Shia? Oh, you were never a Muslim in the first place. You were a hypocritical Muslim. No, they just point blank give it to us like this, bluntly. What do you mean that we were never Muslims in the first place? There's an ayat which says, don't fight or say that they are disbelievers. Well, if they say if they say the Shahada, they say Allah, what do they say? If they give you peace, word, while they had said the word of disbelief and disbelieved after the pretense of Islam. You can kill apostates, some of you Muslims, on this, and plan that which they were not to attain, meaning kill the Prophet. And they were not resentful except that Allah and His Messenger had enriched them of His bounty. Now you took the spoils of war, Allah enriched. And this is for Allah also in the first place. First condition, how it's divided. Oh God. You know, jahilat, ignorance, which you Muslims have, it's worse than poverty. So there's this war against poverty. We have this good fight. Social workers around the world. Okay, so, So if they repent, it is better for them. But if they turn away, Allah will punish them. Okay, it was disconnected. Now it's connected. My headphone mic. Allah will punish them with a painful punishment in this world and the hereafter. And there will not be for them on earth any protector or helper. Okay, there's an ayat which says if someone offers you peace, it's not like a Muslim coming here and offering us peace. They would say we are better because we made the beginning. You know, the one who says salam and is better than the one who answers the salam back, the greeting back in Islam. So you want to hurry to do good. Come, hurry. I allow you. But have you ever allowed the other person to be greater than you? You want to race in good deeds. If someone offers you peace, don't say to them, what? Don't say to them, you are not a believer, or something like this with the Quran ayat. I think it could be in Surah Baqarah. Oh, God. If someone offers you peace, don't say to them, you are disbeliever. Can't find it. Oh my God. God help me. Where are the Shias? It is a forbidden thing, totally prohibited. There shall be no joy. Sorry, excuse me, my Shia, I'm quite curious about Alama Tabatabai. Oh God, what is, oh, you who believe, seek assistance to patience and prayer. Surely Allah is with the patient ones. And do not speak of those who are slain in Allah's. And we will most certainly try you with somewhat fear, loss of patience. Yes. When a misfortune befalls them, say, surely we are Allah's. Why didn't the Prophet say this when the wives were annoying him? Surely I am Allah's, and to Allah is my return. Those are they on whom are blessings and mercy from the Lord. My voice is going crazy. And you will not find any alteration in the cause of Allah. Why should Allah? And you shall not find any change in the cause of Allah. No, we found change. Because when those who were deceiving them, Ramadan nights fasting, go to your women now, the law changed. God changed for them. The law. Quran, oh you who believe, seek assistance. Patience is one of the most important things. You see, we Shias against the Sunni Muslims who hate us and say terrible things about us, false accusations about them. But this verse singles out the patience, because here the talk is about facing difficulties. Oh my goodness. How beautiful explaining, and even God, yes, in Surah, look what you've done to this poor, people fight against the disbelievers and the hypocrites, and be harsh upon them. Their refuge is hell, and wretched is the destination. 74, which I miss. They swear by Allah that they did not say anything against the Prophet while they had said the word of disbelief. You see, saying anything against the Prophet is saying a word of disbelief, and disbelieved after the pretense of Islam, and planned, wait a minute, so they went on their word. Didn't the Prophet go on his word? But he was a Nijis idol worshipper. No. You see, prophets shouldn't be like this. Sunni belief is that the Prophet, when he practiced, she was a pagan at that time. He didn't know he was. But when he is a prophet, you're not supposed to. So Sunni style, you see, he went on his word. Allah made him See, now adoption, Islamic way, not the pagan way. You were in error before, you were not. But here, he's a prophet, for goodness sakes. Sunni Muslims. Here he's a prophet. Where is your Arabic? Where is your comprehension? Where is your comprehension? A single verse, Surah Nisa ayat says, you cannot understand. He frowned and turned away. You say it is the prophet. Prophet frowned and turned away. Because they came to him, the blind man. Now, which prophet? He wasn't a prophet here? Then why put prophet in bracket? Prophet Muhammad. Are you kidding me? Hello? Please. Don't want your intellect. Okay, if you want to follow like a dumb person, blind, I cannot say. Now it's reached that height where I have to get angry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I cannot keep my patience any longer. So bear with me. Exalted moral. ये manners है. I mean, if a blind man went to Jesus, and here we are told the blind man wants to, he's forgotten about his blindness. But he wants to learn. He doesn't even want a miracle from this prophet. Miraculous cure of his blindness. My goodness. Do you have hearts you can see? Are you emotionally intelligent or not? Do you have a heart? Oh, please, this is pathetic. If I ran to Jesus Christ, I've seen Jesus of Nazareth. I've seen the greatest story ever told. Oh, Jesus, I'm blind, kill me. Oh, Jesus. Would he shrug me, frown, and turn away? Are you crazy? Come here. You Muslims. Listen. You have no right to harass me. You are rabid dogs now. Rabid. Rabbies, rabbit, what do you call that? I've forgotten. Now, if you become a rabid dog, we'll have to shoot you. You see, that's what happened in London, even. The police officers there, the bobbies, they didn't have guns like in America. Police officers walk with guns, right? Only batons. But the terrorism, Islamic, then they said shoot to kill if you suspect, and they run. And the Westerners, they will not say, no, Zahra, look, just leave me for some time now. Westerners and these Muslims are rabid dogs. Sorry, they can harass and all this. Putting this criminal, he's not even near a Messiah, Jesus Christ, that is mentioned in his Quran. No, okay. don't kill these Muslims. We Shias took it. It's better to take injury, but they come up with such a proud, and I had to stop that. Apostate Aladdin. Allah Toba Toba Toba. That's like what? They called it Apostate Aladdin has recently premiered again or something. Uh, Gay, exposed, apostate. So the Muslims were going there telling him, and what words they were using that you wanted when he said this, right, in your bum or something. I was like, I just stopped the video. I couldn't hear more. Apostate Aladdin. I thought he was, in the beginning, I was in my madness. Recently, I started to do the Chinese mantras, Buddhist, So a little bit, my normal, my mental, at least slightly good feeling that I could be myself in my element. So I started to follow him. I hope this madness doesn't come back against him. So I loved his videos and all this. I also appreciate it. And he talks about the Muslims who've been calling him gay, falsely accusing him. These are rabid dogs, Muslims. Right? And he said it doesn't matter to him. Because, when we have a cause for like we know that we are helping, we are on the just. It really shouldn't matter to him. Like it didn't matter to us when I was a Shia. I knew that I was that Hussein. You know what Hussein was? All of humanity, like you can check quotes from Hindus, from Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, to another Hindu, to Charles Dickens, to this, to that, about Imam Hussein. So it didn't matter to me what ugly things, false accusations some of the Sunni Muslims or the Muslims were making against us in Pakistan. It started to bug me when they were killing, suicide bombing. So the Shia say this was the Sahaba, and the Sunnis and the rest of the Muslims say that it was the Prophet, not the Sahaba. Try to correct the Shias on this also, that yes, the Sunnis are right and the rest of the Muslims, that it is the Prophet. He is the Prophet who found, not us Sahaba. See, if he was not the Sahaba, if he was a Sahaba, and we could have said, we could have seen, that Prophet Muhammad says, no, Allah says no, Prophet Muhammad says no, you did wrong. This poor guy was coming to me, and he would have been healed. Because what did he want to do? He forgot about his eyesight, and he wanted to find guidance, be purified. Oh, shall I take you to marriage? You see, there's a pattern. Very wicked pattern I see in these Quran ayats. He's a prophet. And then, if Prophet Muhammad had given him eyesight, there would have been an extra ayats or a different surah on that. He healed the blind man. He gave eyes to the blind man. But we know that he never could give eyes. We are told his miracle is the Quran. It is what? It is healing, right? His miracle, Shia's, his miracle is Ali with the Quran. That's a miracle. Right now the Christians don't have an Ali, Imam, apostle, with the Bible. But we have a written work compiled now. It's written, it's compiled, it's now put in a book form. And we also have a Ali. We have a guardian. We have an Imam with the Quran. Now it's Imam Mahdi. And so what was my point here? Not all Muslims take that. Though you are not to blame if he would not cleanse himself. But as for he who came to you striving for knowledge, would Prophet Muhammad go for knowledge to a kafir, disbeliever? The Umayyad leaders? Huh? But he who comes to you running while he fears. Okay, would he? This one. Though it is not, where is it? To him dost thou attend. Who was the Prophet attending to? Or who was the Sahaba attending to? Or the disbeliever? As to one who regards himself as self-sufficient, or Prophet Muhammad, or the disbeliever, the Umayyad, or the Quraysh leaders. As to one who regards himself as self-sufficient, anyways the Prophet is in wrong. To him you give attention. Do you see this? Shias even don't see this. So I could be weak in comprehension, which I do claim. Anyways, but here I cannot be as to one who regards himself as self-sufficient, as for one who considers himself free from need. That's Prophet Muhammad then. He considers himself free from need. To him you give attention. Or the Sahaba was listening to, it was a Sahaba, maybe, they were polytheists and now, okay. So Prophet Muhammad was nowhere there. Okay, maybe the Shia say that Prophet Muhammad was not there. And the Sahaba was there. Closely examine these verses. But what could tell thee but perchance he might grow in spiritual understanding or be reminded? Was Prophet Muhammad there or not? Let's see. But this blind man was not even cured. Another point. अल्लाह इतने बेवकूफ़ और बोलते हैं हमें कि इतने बड़े बड़े आलिम, ये क्या मजाक रखा है, क्या मजाक किया आप लोगों ने हमारे साथ. शियाओं ने भी. My head is hurting. I haven't had any pills or anything. Better to die than to take any pills now. What's the use? So I haven't taken herbal pills or anything. He frowned. One day when the Holy Prophet was in conversation, he was there with some of his companions. His companions. Not a blind man, Abdullah Abdullah ibn Maktoum, who was also poor, came to meet him and learned the Quran. Look, Prophet should have cured his eye problem. The Holy Prophet received him with kindness and asked him to sit beside him. The Quraysh leaders did not like the interruption, particularly the respect and honor given to him by the Holy Prophet. One of the companions frowned and turned his back on him. Oh no, on the Prophet, which displeased Allah, and this surah was revealed. Some commentators say that the pronoun he is Abasa, refers to the Holy Prophet who disliked the interruption at a time when he was engrossed in earnest discourse with some of the pagan Quraysh leaders. Look at the stories coming up. Just to defend the Prophet. As has been mentioned in the commentary of many verses, particularly Baqarah 70. Can't read, I'm so tired. Commentators, I've lost my... To know the reason, see commentary verses. The question in verse 3 clearly indicates that the doubt whether Abdullah would grow in knowledge if the Holy Prophet talked to him could only creep into the mind of a person whose faith was not fully strengthened. Let me see. Because there came to him the blind man. And what would make you know that he would purify himself or become reminded so that the reminder should profit him? As for him who considers himself free from need, of you in brackets, to him do you address yourself? As for him who considers himself free from need, Prophet Muhammad, who considers himself free from need, to him you address yourself. And no blame is on you if he would not purify himself. And as to him who comes to you striving hard, comes to you, as to him who comes to you, it should have been as to him who comes to your companion striving hard, right? If it was a companion of Prophet Muhammad, because there are ayats which say your companion is not mad. Because we are told the companions of Prophet Muhammad are doubting his sanity. That's why the ayat says, your companion is not mad. That's the style of the Quran. Now why have you departed, Shias, from the style of the Quran? Here, to him do you address yourself, and no blame is on you if he would not purify himself. And as to him who comes to you striving hard, and he fears, from him you divert yourself. Did this blind man come to the Sahabas, or did the blind man come to the Holy Prophet? Learning. Depends. Or where there was a gathering, he came to learn what was being told. The import of the Quran, I don't know how to go about this. I have a headache now. Oh my God. He frowned and turned back. He frowned and turned back. Look, open to an unspecific verses, unclear. And we're told they're very clear, they even tell you in detail. No, they don't. These commentaries tell us in detail. Now, the ikhtilaf in Sunni and Shia, and Muslims and Shia Muslims, is it, but I think the verses, the way they are put, is telling me, as for him who considers himself free from need of you, to him do you address yourself. Yani Prophet Muhammad, and no blame is on you if he would not purify himself. And as to him who comes to you striving hard, and he fears, like the blind man, from him will you divert yourself? Nay, surely it is an admonishment. So let him who pleases mind it. From him you divert yourself. Right. Exalted in the hands of noble, in the hands of scribes? Huh? Of what did he create him? But when the deafening cry comes, the day on which a man shall fly from his brother and his mother and his father. I don't think this is the companion of Prophet Muhammad. Scribes? So we have scribes now. In this we're told that maybe angels, I don't know what they... Okay. From him will you divert yourself. So if the Prophet Muhammad is here and the blind man comes and Prophet Muhammad is giving them a speech or a sermon and they're listening and they look to the blind man, if the Sahabas were to get their attention off what the speech of Prophet Muhammad and look to the blind man, would that be a sin? Would that be considered rude, interrupting Prophet Muhammad? Like, here he is. Was one day when the Holy Prophet was in conversation. He was in conversation. I think you should revisit these ayats, Shias also. Because there came to him the blind man. Came to whom? He came to a group of people, right? We don't know. He just heard that they were in conversation and this was like, he could hear something. The Quraysh leaders did not like the interruption. Acha. Who doesn't like interruptions? Will you dispute with him what he saw? Surah Najm ayat. Could it be here also you've taken this translation wrong? Surah Marriage also. They were running to Prophet Muhammad, like, you'd say like they were Jahil people. Like, come on. You come here, you eat, and he's shy to tell you not to do this. Stay, over for a long time. Who doesn't like interruptions? Prophet Muhammad. But he was a blind man. I'm too honorable, like God has, made me too honorable here. It's buffering now. Who has this feeling of a superiority? Like you can't. We're told that we have to respect Prophet Muhammad. You can't even raise your voices above in the presence of Prophet Muhammad. You can't raise your voices except in regard to the spouses and those in the relatives. So the Shia say that this is not Prophet Muhammad. And the Sunnis say this is Prophet Muhammad. He was making mistakes. He wasn't a perfect man, Taha. So what is with those, or Yasin, who disbelieve hastening before you? Don't hasten before Prophet Muhammad. You will have such blame put on you. You will not know where you are. In crowds, oh, both on the right and on the left. He can't handle crowds. Does every person among them aspire to enter a garden of pleasure? What does this tell you? That these people were running towards Prophet Muhammad so that maybe his presence could, maybe you'd be kind to them. He's worse than a Bedouin Arab of that time. Those Bedouin Arabs must be really good-hearted. It's just that you can't run to him. It's bad manners for him. In crowds. Can't take it. Are you donkeys running after? Going after, running. Don't do it. This is what this ayat is telling you. Does every person among them aspire to enter a garden of pleasure? My goodness, my goodness. And what explanations and what defense for against these disbelievers, but what defense for Prophet Muhammad? It's very clear here that your Prophet is a criminal. He's a terrible man. He just wants women. He doesn't want men to crowd him. Even for paradise, yearning for paradise, they're coming to him. Rejected. No, you won't get paradise for free just by sitting with Prophet Muhammad. He knows very well he's a false prophet. You sit with a truthful person and you see, slowly you leave the company of liars and you sit with the true person. You see how you will change. You leave the company of hypocrites and you go to the sincere person. This is what they were doing, wanting to do. Wrong blame is put on them. ये क्या है? हबीब अल्लाह है ना, beloved of God. ये paradise, garden of pleasure. What does he say? Paradise is under the feet of. What is Prophet Muhammad saying? If you even go to your mother and kiss her feet, paradise, just go and sit with your mother. Sit at her feet. At or under the feet of a mother. If you act criminals coming here and harassing me, ooh, well, then I have to become a soldier. I will take a gun up now. I will build a, oh yes, I need a gun. Here. Or I'm going to take a knife. Right? I'm not like those Britishers to keep quiet when the girls are being groomed against into, yes, you can call me that I'm like this and that. You can put the blame on them, against Islam and the Pakistani and racists. And this prophet is pathetic. Emphasizing that a child must respect their mother to gain passage into heaven. Heaven lies beneath the feet of your mother is an Islamic saying by the Prophet Muhammad. This hadith is prominent in Muslim culture. Look, I've had enough now. So, I'm going to take a knife. If you come here and harass me, or outside, I think I will carry a knife. Some sheikh or someone has allowed this to happen because I'm doing this for the betterment of the world. Because this is a pathetic prophet, no one want anything from him. How can you even ask him to heal a blind man? He forgot his blindness. It's him. It's this prophet here who frowned at a blind man because they came to him, a blind man. Came to him? Came to the prophet, right? Abdullah, the son of Maktoum, came to this prophet who doesn't even know. He's frowning at a blind man. And Sunnis also, you're pathetic. Pathetic in this. Look at this. You expect me to this weird, rude tyrant frowned and turned away. What adab? What manners? What morals? Humanity नहीं आती इसको. He doesn't know humanity. इंसानियत नहीं आती इस प्रवृत्ति को. इस पे आके वो जल्मी थू थू करे अथू. And listen, you Pakistanis coming here. शेख को बोलो तुम लोगों को बताए मेरा अपार्टमेंट कहाँ है. आ जाओ. I've kept my knife ready for you. Womanizers. Ring the bell. आ जाओ और सामने कहो जो इधर भगते हो. Right? Barking like dogs here. Or very clever cunning. अख थू इसको करो, इसको करो. लेडीज को नहीं करो. लेडीज को नहीं करो. लॉन्डीज इसने बनाया, इसने इसके अल्लाह ने. वैश्यपन नहीं करो. लोफरगिरी नहीं करो. Don't do all this. बदमाशी. Womanizers. अभी तक तुम लोगों का डिक फॉल नहीं किया है. Womanizers. बाल तो सब गिर गए होंगे. Too much sex is not good, for your hair. They say. I don't know how true that is. आ जाओ इधर. इधर दुबई में cowards. हम दुबई का यूएई का नाम पीछे से वार करते हो. cowards. औरतों को. हाँ, तुम अपने प्रॉफिट की तरह. अस्मा बिन मरवान एक्स मुस्लिम दे रहे हैं, पता है. इवन असली नबी, सॉरी, नो कॉपीराइट्स इन्फ्रिंजमेंट intended. How Prophet Muhammad got her killed. Headaches, but it's not going to stop me. The Islamic psycho too. The death of Asma bint Marwan. Who gave the order to kill Asma bint Marwan? First, Nabi Asli. Second, Ghalib Kamal. The Islamic psycho 3. The death of Qirfa. अस्मा बिन मरवान का कत्ल. This is a psycho. Prophet. He definitely is psycho. Oh my God. Anyone with some humanity, sense, ability to read, as I'm reading these verses out and understanding, how kindly she asked the Prophet, but he could not give him eyes. हाँ, अभी कोई अगर ऐसा रैपिड डॉग आएगा, मैं उसको ये दिखाऊंगी. लेकिन अभी नहीं आते हैं. अभी आ जाओ. So I'm a woman's right, also private. अगर कोई मर्द यहाँ आया, Zalmi returns. सही का नाम देना जो इधर रखा है ना, ऐसे नहीं आना. कुछ और बन के we've come to sell some water. Okay?